What is good, my brothers? This is the youngest Jim bringing you another little Madden video. Madden 26 is out. The OGs from the MFL have, well, I should start with saying that Commissioner has disbanded what was going to be the stock league where all of us were going to take just all the standard rosters from all 32 teams. And instead of a fantasy draft this year, we are going to just take all those stock teams and run with that league. Commish has disbanded the OG league and basically just told us if we want to keep it going, we need to do it internally. So luckily, chat and it kind of looks like Cam are going to take that over. So appreciate you guys. So we can still run this league. So this is a free league, and we do have 32 users, which is incredible. So we can keep the vibes going for Madden 26. I am the Dallas Cowboys, the greatest franchise to ever do it, America's team, if you will. And I have already made some changes for context, for early access. The game's been out for a little shy of a week, something like that. And the full game drops today, I think, for standard purchase. So a lot of us have been wheeling and dealing in the Discord, already getting a lot of trades. There's some blockbusters that have already gone down. And so I was just going to kind of preface my Dallas Cowboys rebuild a little bit and recap what I have already done. So why don't we go over to the Dallas Cowboys roster, and I will start from the top. Micah Parsons is gone, the blockbuster trade. A little bit controversial, and I will say the bros weren't particularly excited with me about this trade. I sent Micah Parsons over to the New York Jets, which is Will, the old Sentinels user, probably the best or top three maybe defensive players in the league. His priority was to get one of, if not the best pass rusher on his team. And so Micah Parsons is now a Jet. And the Dallas Cowboys in turn received Sauce Gardner. First round pick, I think 7th pick overall, right tackle, Armand Membu, 21 years old. And I also received a first round draft pick for the upcoming season. You can kind of see I have since traded away the Dallas Cowboys first draft pick, which I'll cover in a second. So we got Sauce, Armand Membu, which secures our right tackle position because we were starting to age over there, and first round draft pick. And I traded away Micah and also Kalen Carson, who is a 72 overall young cornerback. I think it was a solid trade. I got some value back, got a young tackle, and got a first round draft pick. I know that Will's going to absolutely kill it with Micah, but I'm focused on what I got going on, and I'm pretty excited about this deal. Another deal I'm trying to get done is getting rid of Dak Prescott. I've been offered 2 seconds for him. I sent that trade. We will see if that gets accepted. Dak Prescott has for Madden, I'm talking about for Madden, not for real life necessarily, although I do have some opinions on that. For Madden, he has the most egregious contract known to man. It is unbelievable. Look at this shit, my brother. He's 32 years old, which he's past the point of regressing in Madden, which is unfortunate. They owe this man like $213 million hairs, my brother. That is unbelievable. I do not want to continue to use Dak Prescott. I'm still going to have a lot of money if I am able to trade him. I'm still going to have a lot of money that the Cowboys owe him, which is unfortunate. But I am ready to bite that bullet to get rid of him. And we were able to make another blockbuster trade to receive Cam Ward, franchise quarterback, 23 years old. Him, my brother. This is going to be the man. This franchise will probably go 7 seasons, roughly, if I had to say. And with him being 23 years old, I will be able to use him for this franchise if I choose for the entire year. And I'm pretty pumped about that. He's going to be so nasty. I think he's a hidden dev. I just got training camp done for several players. And so I had the coaching training camp boost where I got gold medal for his training camp task that I selected. So I got 300 snaps early, so we can reveal his dev trait. I think he's going to be a star dev, I think is what I read. Regardless, I'll be able to level him up quickly. I fully intend to make him a 99 overall, just like I did with Jackson Dart last year. I had Joe Milton, who had 99 throw power, and honestly looks like an incredible prospect for Madden pretty quick. You can definitely develop him. But Joe Milton was a normal dev trait, which is fine, but he's also 25 years old, which is fine. But if I can get star dev 23 years old, you hit regression later, and Cam Ward just looks like he's going to be absolutely incredible for the offense that I want to run. That's going to be phenomenal. I gave up Joe Milton, my first round pick, and my second round pick for this coming year, which is a lot to give up. But for me, if I have my franchise quarterback, which I do believe that I do, it's well worth it, because everybody who has seen me play knows how I play, and we're about to be absolutely dicing my brother. I will just briefly touch on what my plans are with the team. Jaden Blue will be my running back that I'm going to develop and start. 21 years old. Javonte Williams is a star dev, but I am not really interested in continuing to develop him. Not going to play Miles Sanders. Jaden Blue, 21 years old, really solid, 93 speed. I plan to utilize him. I was in talks with Falcons to trade George Pickens for Drake London. I did not want to give up the draft capital that was requested. So as of right now, I'm leaving George Pickens on the team. CeeDee Lamb will be my franchise player for probably the next 3 to 4 years. His contract has 4 years left on it, so I'll use him for at least 3 and get that value out of it. Some decent young guys. Jalen Tolbert, I think, is a star dev, so I will be able to. I'm pretty confident he's a star dev. They said they were going to improve load times. The load times are kind of still a little bit slow. He is a star dev, 26 years old. So I mean, 77 overall, not crazy, but I will definitely be able to develop him. Maybe shopping Devonta Turpin, 97 speed, 97 kick return. I'm not sure if the punt return might be 97 also. Jonathan Mingo is fine. Really, really solid receiving core. I've done more with less. So George Pickens being 24 years old, this is going to be an unbelievable duo. I'm so hyped for this. He's also a star dev. So in training, I'm probably going to work on training the rookies or the younger guys. In game, I will be able to develop George Pickens well with him being a star dev. That's going to be unreal. My brother Jake Ferg, 26 years old. He's a star dev. We'll be able to, 82 overall? We will be able to develop him. Cowboys, one thing they've done well, in my opinion, IRL, is getting this O-line right. Tyler Guyton, 23 years old, 73 overall. I'm going to be training up the O-line quite a bit. Tyler Smith is already 88 overall. There's only so much more north he can go. 24 years old. Cooper Beebe, 24 years old, 74 overall. Probably the weak spot in my current O-line of the game. Tyler Booker, first round, 12th overall selection, 21 years old, 77 overall. And now with the trade, Armand Membu, 20 years old, 77 overall. This O-line is going to be unbelievable, brother. The majority of them being really young and having dev traits. My O-line is going to be unbelievable here, probably in about 2 seasons. I am very excited, and I don't know how to say his last name. Donovan Izuruaku, 21 years old, 75 overall. I think he's a star dev. Let's take a look at it really quickly. He's a hidden dev, which is unbelievable. Did his training camp snap, so he's on his way to getting that revealed. I would guess he's going to be a star dev. I think he's going to be incredible. We are hurting on right edge. I'm actually going to start Sam Williams over Dante Fowler. Sam Williams being the younger player, I could probably develop him a little bit. I was looking to try to trade for an edge. Rams was interested in some of my players. Tried to get Jared Verse. Too much to ask. Osa Odigizua holding it down at defensive tackle. I'm probably going to run a 4-man down front because my linebackers aren't that strong on this team either. So I really need to find another defensive tackle, maybe in next year's draft. As you can see, my linebackers are not the strong part of this team. I'm planning on running a nickel set. I'm probably going to start DeMarvion Overshone and bring one of my safeties into the linebacker position. My corners are unreal for Madden. My corner's unreal. I know IRL people love to cook me because I'm a Trayvon Diggs fanboy, but for Madden, these corners are going to be unbelievable. Got Sauce, Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, and look at this guy, Siobhan Revel Jr. He looks like an absolute prospect, brother. 93 speed, 6'2", 210, I think. Let's take a look at it. 6'2", 200, hidden dev trait, 24 years old. This guy is going to be an absolute just monster, I do believe. Even if he's just star dev, that's just fine because we can develop him up. Kyer Elam is honestly, as my fifth corner, extremely solid. 24 years old, 93 speed. I mean, my corners, brother, are just unbelievable. So like I said, I am going to plan on running a nickel set. So 3 of these guys are going to be on the field at all times, and I am moving Siobhan Revel Jr. to my free safety position. It's not shown. This is the roster screen on my depth chart. I am going to put him at free safety, which I experience sometimes in Madden 25. I feel like when you move players' positions like that, it doesn't always go that great. But I am going to mess around with it. I do want to get him on the field. I want to get him snaps, get that dev trait revealed. I'm kind of hurting at the safety position. Malik Hooker's fine, 29 years old. He's going to start regressing soon, 79 overall. Donovan Wilson, 30 years old, 76 overall. I'm moving Donovan Wilson to the linebacker spot in my nickel set for my sub backer. I'm going to move Malik Hooker to my strong safety spot, and then I'll bring Siobhan to the free safety spot. I think it might be okay, but we'll see how that plays out. Brandon Aubrey, I think, is the best kicker in the game. That will be a superpower to be able to use if I need to. Draft capital is fine. Like I said, traded away a first and a second. Got a first back for the Micah trade. We have solid capital, pretty standard capital moving forward. In 25, I traded away my picks all the time because I wasn't interested in investing my time in the scouting. In 26, if you're trading away your draft capital and you're getting known commodities, which is nice typically, but having to pay them makes balancing the cap extremely difficult, especially having to pay the stupid Dak contract that is set up for Madden. I need to invest some time in the scouting and keep some of this draft capital so I can keep replenishing the young talent for the squad. I did go with player development for my created coach. I don't want to speak too much on offensive guru, defensive guru versus player development. I think that there's some advantages to all of them. I think for this franchise being, hopefully I'll have this coach and these guys for about 7 seasons. I thought player development made the most sense for trying to keep a franchise competitive for 7 seasons. So focuses, obviously I'm lacking a safety. Definitely lacking a defensive tackle. If I can get a stud edge rusher, I'll probably go there. On offense, I'm honestly extremely happy and feel comfortable with all the guys that I have. If an opportunity to acquire a player for a good value presents itself, I would pursue that. But I really, draft-wise and trade-wise, I'm focused on continuing to improve the defense. But for episode 1 of the rebuild, that is going to do it. I will be dropping a couple progress episodes as we get kicked off in the season, see how everybody's doing, track any other blockbuster trades, and it's going to be a lot of fun, fellas. Glad that we got this shit rocking and rolling, picked it back up. Man, 26 is going to be our year, boys. I will catch you guys in the next one.